November 30th, 2013. A red 2005
Porsche Carrera GT roars down a California street.
Then silence. In one heartbreaking second, the world lost Paul Walker,
the blue-eyed hero of the Fast and Furious saga.
These are the final moments, the untold conversations, and the haunting last words of a man who lived life a quarter mile at a time.
Until time ran out.
Paul William Walker IV was born on September 12, 1973,
in Glendale, California, to a contractor father and a model mother.
From the moment he took his first steps, speed was in his blood. By age 2, he was already in front of cameras doing Pampers commercials, but the ocean, not Hollywood, was his first love.
Growing up in the San Fernando Valley, Paul spent every free weekend surfing Huntington
Beach or spearfishing in the Channel Islands.
Friends say even as a kid he had those piercing ocean blue
eyes that seemed to carry the entire Pacific inside them. The world first noticed him in 1999 when a small movie called
Varsity Blues dropped.
But it was 2001 that changed everything.
The Fast and the Furious, a sky blue Nissan Skyline.
One line, I lived my life a quarter mile at a time.
And Paul Walker became Brian O'Connor forever.
12 years.
8 movies.
Billions of dollars. Through it all, Paul remained the same.
Guy who would rather be tagging
sharks with marine biologists than walking
the red carpet. In 2010, he founded Reach Out Worldwide Row,
a disaster relief team that dropped everything to help after the Haiti earthquake, the Chile earthquake, the Alabama tornadoes,
the Philippines typhoon.
He wasn't just playing a hero on screen.
He was living it.
But on Saturday, November 30th, 2013, Paul wasn't filming.
He was doing what he loved second most, raising money for others.
His charity had organized a toy drive called
Christmas for the Philippines in Santa Clarita, just north of Los Angeles. The event was held at Always Evolving, a performance shop owned by his friend and professional racer Roger Roders.
Paul showed up in his usual low-key style. Jeans, white t-shirt.
That effortless smile that made millions fall in love with him.
He spent the afternoon signing autographs, taking selfies with kids, handing out toys. Around 3:00 p.m., the event started winding down.
Paul and Roger decided to take one of the shop's cars for a quick spin.
That car was a 2005
Porsche Carrera GT, one of the most powerful and unforgiving street-legal machines ever built. 605 horsepower, no traction control, no stability control. A widowmaker in the magazines called it. Roger, an experienced racer who had once clocked 200 miles per hour on a track,
took the driver's seat. Paul slid into the passenger side. Witnesses say they saw the red Porsche pull out smoothly.
No burnouts, no showing off.
Just two friends going for a cruise on a perfect 75-degree California afternoon. The road was Hercules Street, a 45 mph zone in a light industrial area. Less than 2 minutes after leaving the shop, at approximately 3:30 p.m.,
the Carrera GT hit a curve at over 100 miles per hour. Roger lost control. The car clipped a light pole,
slammed into a tree, spun 180 degrees,
hit another tree, and burst into flames.
The impact was so violent that the Porsche's carbon fiber body shattered like glass.
First responders arrived within minutes, but it was already too late. Both men were pronounced dead at the scene.
Paul was just 40 years old. His daughter Meadow, only 15. The world stopped.
Fans gathered outside the crash site that same night.
They brought flowers, candles, toy Supras, handwritten letters.
The makeshift memorial grew so large that police had to close the road for days.
On social media, #RedPaulWalker trended worldwide for a week.
Vin Diesel posted a photo of them together with the caption, "Pablo,
I will always love you." But here is the part most people still don't know.
The very last conversation Paul Walker ever had, according to multiple
witnesses at the charity event, including Roger's wife and several
row volunteers. Paul's final minutes were spent exactly the way he lived, thinking about others.
Just before getting into the Porsche, Paul was talking to a little boy who had brought a Hot Wheels car to be signed.
The boy was shy, nervous.
Paul knelt down to his level, signed the toy, and said,
"Hey buddy, keep this car forever.
One day you're gonna drive the real thing, and when you do, drive it with love.
Promise me." The boy promised.
Then Paul stood up, looked at the crowd one last time, flashed the $1 million smile, and said loudly enough for dozens to hear,
"Thank you all for coming out today.
Because of you, kids in the Philippines are gonna have Christmas.
You just changed lives.
I love every single one of you." Those were his actual last public words. I love every single one of you.
He gave a final wave, walked to the Porsche, high-fived Roger, and climbed in.
30 seconds later, he was gone. But there's one more sentence,
spoken inside the car, that only one person ever heard.
the Los Angeles County Coroner's report and the subsequent
Wrongful death lawsuit filed by Meadow Walker
revealed chilling new details. The investigation showed that both men were alive,
conscious and trapped for
approximately 1 minute and 10 seconds after the initial impact, before the fire became fatal. During that minute, Roger was pinned and unable to speak clearly.
Paul, despite catastrophic injuries, was moving his arms and trying to get out.
A construction worker who ran to the car testified under oath that he heard
Paul screamed something just before the flames engulfed them completely. Through the roaring fire and shattering glass, the worker heard Paul yell a single sentence.
"Roger, we gotta get out, Meadow. Tell Meadow I love her." Those were Paul Walker's true last words. Tell Meadow I love her. He wasn't thinking about fame. He wasn't thinking about movies or cars.
In his final conscious moment, with fire all around him,
The only thing that mattered was his daughter. Meadow was at home when she got the call.
she later said the last thing her father had texted her that morning was,
"I'm proud of the woman you're becoming."
"See you tonight, princess." She never saw him again. The aftermath was brutal.
Conspiracy theories exploded online. The car was sabotaged.
The CIA was involved. Paul faked his death.
All proven false.
The official investigation concluded excessive speed was the sole cause.
No drugs, no alcohol, no mechanical failure.
Just a perfect storm of a dangerously fast car on a curved road.
Paul's brothers, Caleb and Cody, stepped in to film his remaining scenes for Furious 7 using CGI and body doubles. The final scene where Brian O'Connor drives off into the sunset. Wiz Khalifa's "See You Again" playing
Has been viewed over 7 billion times. It's the most watched YouTube video in history for a reason.
When Van Diesel says, "You'll always be my brother," theaters full of grown men sobbed uncontrollably. Meadow sued Porsche and won a $10.8 million settlement after, proving the Carrera GT had a
History of instability. She used every penny to continue her father's charity work and later founded the Paul Walker Foundation, focused on ocean conservation.
something Paul loved more than anything except his daughter.
Today, if you visit the crash site on a quiet evening, you'll still find fresh flowers tied to the light pole.
Fans leave die-cast Supras, surfboards, handwritten notes. Someone even bolted a small metal plaque that reads, "In memory of Paul Walker,
1973 to 2013.
he lived his life a quarter mile at a time and left the world better than he found it."
And somewhere, out on the Pacific Ocean, he loved so much. The waves keep rolling in, carrying those piercing blue eyes into eternity. So the next time you hear an engine rev,
Or see a white Supra with blue stripes, or watch Brian O'Connor smile on screen,
remember a man who, even in his final burning seconds, only wanted his little girl to know she was loved.
because that, my friends, is the real Paul Walker.
The man whose very last words weren't about speed or fame or fear.
They were simply, "Tell Meadow I love her." Rest in peace, Brian. Rest in peace, Paul. If these stories touch your heart, hit that subscribe button for more untold last words. The next one might break you.